Arkansas is appealing a federal ruling that partially blocks a new state law requiring the Ten Commandments to be displayed in schools. Also, a video of federal immigration officers interacting with a family at an Arkansas park is raising questions. And a new class of honorees is inducted into the Arkansas Women's Hall of Fame. Those headlines and more are coming up on KASU News for Monday, August 25th, 2025. I'm Brandon Tabor. Arkansas is appealing a ruling partially blocking a new state law about the Ten Commandments. Attorney General Tim Griffin appealed the federal judge's ruling earlier this month, blocking the enforcement of Act 573. The law requires a copy of the Ten Commandments to be displayed in all state-run buildings, including school and college classrooms. Plaintiffs argue that the law conflicts with other religious traditions and is unconstitutional. A video circulating on social media appears to show U.S. Immigration and Customs officials checking the identification and paperwork of a family at an Arkansas park. The Arkansas Times reports the video shows ICE and U.S. Forest Service agents approaching a family at the Long Pool Recreation Area on Big Piney Creek. The video also shows the agents detaining two men but forcing them into a white van, though they were later released. Reports say the agents were responding to a littering complaint. Immigration rights advocates, Arkansas United, responded saying it is legal for anyone to record and document interactions with ICE or other law enforcement. They say they have not noted many large-scale ICE raids within Arkansas, but have seen targeted interactions stemming from minor violations such as traffic stops. A former county sheriff in west central Arkansas has been sentenced on charges of lying to the FBI. Former Hot Spring County Sheriff Scott Finkbeiner was sentenced to 2 years in prison last week. Finkbeiner pled guilty in February to one count of engaging in a scheme to conceal a material fact from a governmental agency. He was accused of lying to the FBI agents about his drug use. He received a 6-month sentence last month after pleading guilty to soliciting sex and improperly using a state criminal database. Leaders in science, law, business, and more are among the newest class of inductees into the Arkansas Women's Hall of Fame. Honorees were formally inducted in a ceremony last week. Longtime civil rights attorney Bettina Brownstein was among the class of inductees, which included 6 women and 1 organization. Brownstein told audience members the moment was bittersweet, given her concern over the direction of the country recently.
I want democracy. I want civil rights. I want the rule of law. I want separation of church and state. And I want the rights for women. And I'm worried about this. But I'm not going to flee this country the way my grandparents fled their country. I'm not. I'm going to stay and fight till I can no longer fight anymore.
Other honorees include dietitian Dr. Margaret Lowe Bogle, former U.S. Attorney Paula Casey, health insurance executive Regina Favors, and physician scientist Dr. Stacy Jones. Posthumous honorees include attorney Maud Robinson Crawford and former Arkansas Poet Laureate Rosa Mariani. The All-American Redheads basketball team was also inducted into the Arkansas Women's Hall of Fame. According to the Encyclopedia of Arkansas, the Redheads were based in Caraway after moving from Cassville, Missouri in 1955. The head of the University of Arkansas East Arkansas Community College in Forest City is stepping down. The Arkansas Democrat-Gazette reports that Kathy Klein will retire as chancellor next summer. Klein has worked for the college for over a quarter of a century and has served as chancellor for nearly a decade. Her resignation will be effective on July 1st of next year. Next, a more than $4 million donation will expand early childhood education programs in Arkansas. We'll have more after the break.
I'm KASU Station Manager Mark Smith. Like many small rural stations across the country, congressional action to eliminate funding for public media sends KASU and all public radio into an uncharted future. But we remain certain about our mission and our commitment to you and to our community. You can help through contributing at kasu.org/give. As we navigate the path ahead, your continued partnership and financial support is crucial. We're grateful for you. Thank you.
Thanks to a more than $4 million donation, the University of Arkansas Little Rock will create an early childhood education endowed professorship. Frida Ross for the Arkansas News Service has more.
The school says $4 million of the Trinity Foundation gift will be used to create 2 new early childhood education faculty positions, and $200,000 will be used for research and grant development. Chancellor Christina Drayle says they will focus on 3 basic areas that need improvement.
A shortage of licensed pre-K teachers in Arkansas, a need for expanded research to improve instructional quality, and a need for a stronger statewide partnership to support early learning.
According to the National Institute for Early Education Research, about 120,000 disadvantaged Arkansas children are eligible for publicly funded child care or education, but only about 40,000 participate. I'm Frida Ross reporting.
Arkansas billionaire Alice Walton has made a second donation to former New York Governor Andrew Cuomo's campaign to become mayor of New York City. The Arkansas Times reports the Walmart heiress made a second $100,000 donation to Super PAC Fix the City, which backs Andrew Cuomo against New York Assemblyman Zohran Mamdani. Walton has previously donated $800,000 to a PAC called New Yorkers for a Balanced Albany in 2020, which supported 2 candidates in local races. A nurse anesthesiologist program in Northwest Arkansas is expanding. The UAMS Northwest Regional Campus in Fayetteville is receiving $3 million to expand a new Certified Registered Nurse Anesthesiast, or CRNA, program. The Arkansas Democrat-Gazette reports the funding comes from the Alice L. Walton Foundation and the Mercy and Washington Regional Medical Systems. The expansion will increase recruitment efforts, expand clinical training opportunities, and incorporate distance learning for students in remote areas of the state. August is National Catfish Month, and Arkansas has plenty of fish to go around. Scott Jones is the Small Impoundment Extension Specialist at the University of Arkansas at Pine Bluff. He says there are many opportunities for beginners and pro fishers alike to start reeling the fish in. For example, the Arkansas Game and Fish Commission hosts annual community catfish catching events at stocked ponds across the state.
If you've got a license or you're under the age of requiring a license, you're welcome to come out and fish, and you can catch as many fish as you like, but you can only take home 3. So say you're not a novice and you want to go explore, pretty much anywhere that has permanent water, from little bitty ponds to flowing creeks and streams to big rivers and really big reservoirs, there's probably a catfish in it.
Fishing season is year-round in Arkansas, but Jones says catfish hunters may have to adjust their schedules to bring in a decent catch.
In August, even though it's catfish month, it's pretty hot outside, and a lot of the fish are lethargic during the day. So like this time of year when it gets really, really hot, you may well do much better by fishing overnight and just sleeping in the morning and trying to stay up late and go fish at night.
Jones says anyone can learn to catch catfish in hours by using online resources from state game and fish programs or by simply tagging along with a more experienced friend. In college women's soccer, A-State fell to Oklahoma State 3-2 yesterday afternoon in Stillwater. The Cowgirls struck first in the 26th minute when ex-Caret Pineda scored from outside the box. Jasmine Brown added another goal before halftime, and Pineda scored again in the 61st minute to make it 3-0. A-State answered late as Kennedy Horn headed in a goal in the 83rd minute, followed by a penalty kick from Leah Dobbins 1 minute later. A-State's comeback fell short. The Red Wolves visit Central Arkansas Thursday night at 7. That's all for KASU News. Music provided by 2B Studio. You can find more stories online at kasu.org. Also, be sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications for KASU News on YouTube, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you get your podcast. In Jonesboro, I'm Brandon Tabor, KASU News.